Archangel Michael warns you're the provider, but two family members are stealing your blessing. There is a divine stirring in the heavens tonight, and Archangel Michael steps forward not with a whisper, but with a roaring decree. You, yes, you, have been marked as the provider. You've been the one standing in the gap, lifting burdens no one sees, blessing others even when your own hands tremble from exhaustion. You are the giver, the restorer, the builder of bridges in a bloodline that knows more division than unity. You are the one heaven selected to carry light into a lineage bruised by shadows. But now, your light is being manipulated, not by strangers, not by outsiders, but by two who carry your name in conversation, yet plot against your anointing in silence. Two who have laughed with you, sat beside you, and eaten from your table, yet have been operating under a hidden agenda. They are not merely jealous. They are strategic. They've seen your growth. They felt the atmosphere of favor that surrounds you. And instead of celebrating your divine elevation, they've been trying to intercept the stream that was sent from heaven into your household through you. Archangel Michael sees them. He names them, not before you but before God. Because this moment is not for confrontation. This is not for retaliation. This is not the hour of exposure through rage. This is the hour of holy restraint and divine reversal. Michael does not issue warnings without cause. He does not descend unless the matter is urgent. And tonight, yes, tonight, this is a matter of urgency. Two are tampering with what belongs to you. One with their words, the other with their intentions. They are sowing confusion, spinning narratives, twisting facts. But heaven is rewriting the script. This is not about them. This is about you and your assignment. You are the provider, not because you chose the role, but because God planted it in your DNA. You are the chosen steward of breakthrough. And now, a spiritual line is being drawn. Your obedience will unlock the next season. Your awareness will prevent unnecessary warfare, and your stillness will dismantle the enemy's strategy. You are not being warned to be afraid. You are being warned because God trusts you with foresight. This message is the evidence of that trust. And so, from this moment forward, every step you take must be sacred. Every word you speak must be intentional. And every spiritual instinct must be honored. Because Archangel Michael is not just warning you, he is walking with you. Type "I am chosen" in the comments if you receive this message. Blessing code 999 is now surrounding you. Archangel Michael says, be alert. Be still. Be wise. There is movement in your atmosphere that must not go unnoticed. A hidden betrayal has entered your circle like smoke in a closed room. Subtle at first, but suffocating if ignored. Within the next 24 hours, something will shift around you. A name will come to mind. A strange action will suddenly make sense. A memory will resurface, and what once felt confusing will become clear. You are not imagining this weight. This isn't paranoia. This is prophecy. Heaven is sounding the alarm, and Archangel Michael has been assigned to deliver it. You have been faithful. You have been generous. You have poured out from a cup that others kept drinking but never refilled. And now, the same ones you lifted are attempting to lift from you, not with permission, but through spiritual theft. They are accessing rooms in your life that were never meant for them. They are intercepting favor meant for your next level. They are not strangers. They are not distant. They are familiar. And that familiarity is being used as a disguise for dishonor. Michael has stepped into your atmosphere to bring divine exposure. But exposure without obedience will only repeat the cycle. So hear this clearly. You not ignore the subtle shifts in your spirit. Your discernment is not off. Your instincts are not overreactions. What you've been sensing is real. What you've been avoiding is urgent. And what you allow in this moment will either multiply your mantle or mutate your mission. Michael did not come as a friend, he comes as heaven's general. He comes with a sword, not a suggestion. He comes to divide what is holy from what is harmful. He comes to shield your next assignment before it is contaminated by hidden hands. So receive this as a divine warning wrapped in mercy. Because what you do with the next 24 hours will determine what opens or closes in the next 24 months. The battle is not around you. The battle is already here. But you are not fighting alone. The host of heaven is standing in ranked. And Michael is watching. Type Amen to get blessings 1212. Someone had been watching you, not to protect, not to support, but to study, to analyze, to find the cracks in your divine armor. They've observed your rhythms, mimicked your methods, and measured your movements. But what they failed to realize is that you're not operating by flesh alone. You are operating under a divine flow, one that they can never replicate because it was never given to them. Archangel Michael reveals now that two are operating within your family line who do not merely misunderstand you. They have misrepresented you. One plays innocent while sowing confusion. The other hides behind affection while planting seeds of doubt. They do not wear horns. They wear titles: brother, sister, cousin, child. But their mouths speak one thing while their hearts whisper another. These two do not move with swords. They move with silence, with side glances, with manipulation spoken behind closed doors. One has twisted your story into something it never was, telling others that your blessings were not earned but stolen, that your favor is a result of deceit, not devotion. The other has been digging, asking questions, collecting fragments of your past in hopes of building a weapon out of partial truths. They are attempting to assassinate your character, not with violence, but with suspicion. And the most dangerous part, they think you don't know. But heaven knows, and Archangel Michael knows. He has stood in the rooms where your name was mentioned with venom. He has listened to the words spoken behind your back, the laughter shared at your expense, the questions phrased as concern but rooted in jealousy. And he comes now, not to accuse but to awaken, to pull the veil off your eyes so you stop doubting your instincts, because you felt it, haven't you? That sudden change in energy when they enter the room, that awkward silence when you share good news, that dismissive response when you speak your dreams. These are not coincidences. These are confirmations. Your silence has been misread. They think your peace is ignorance. They think your lack of confrontation is weakness. But what they do not understand is that your silence is sacred. Your stillness is strategy. You've been holding back, not because you are blind, but because you are wise. And yet, the more you withheld, the bolder they became. Now, they move with entitlement. They speak your name with boldness, unaware that Michael has heard every syllable and has begun the process of divine interception. This is the mystery you are now being called to unravel. Two within your family are plotting without seeing the full picture. They have uncovered something, but only a fragment. They see your blessing, but they don't see your burden. They see your favor, but not your fasting. They see your harvest, but not your sacrifice. And because they don't see the price, they think the promise can be stolen. But what they do not realize is that your anointing came wrapped in obedience, and obedience cannot be copied, cannot be stolen, cannot be transferred. The emotional disruption you feel is not weakness. It is a signal. It is a holy agitation warning you, that something sacred is being tampered with. Your spirit knows. Your atmosphere knows. And now, Archangel Michael confirms it. Do not ignore the strange tension. Do not dismiss the heavy feeling. This discomfort is divine. It is heaven's way of breaking your agreement with false peace. Because peace without truth is not peace, it is prison. You have been too quiet for too long. Not in speech, but in perception. You've kept giving the benefit of the doubt. You've kept pretending not to notice. But no more. This is the season of sacred separation. Not out of malice, but out of mission. Because your destiny cannot be shared with those who war against it secretly. Michael says, watch, discern, pray. Because exposure has already begun. And once it begins, it does not stop until everything hidden is brought into light. Type expose the Lord if this message confirms your spirit. Lesson code 444 now surrounds your household. This battle you are sensing, this strange heaviness, this tension rising in your home, this sudden shift in how people speak to you, look at you, respond to you. This is not merely emotional. It is not just a matter of jealousy or family misunderstanding. Archangel Michael makes it clear. This is not personal. This is spiritual. You are not being attacked for your personality, your past, or your possessions. You are being targeted for your position, your calling, your mantle. Your divine assignment in this bloodline has stirred up what lies dormant in others. And now, the shadows are reacting to your light. This conflict is not about small offenses. It is about ancient access. For generations, your family line had been bound by cycles of lack, cycles of comparison, cycles of sabotage, cycles of premature blessings stolen before their time. And now you, yes, you, have been chosen to interrupt that rhythm. Your obedience has broken ground they never wanted to disturb. Your prayers have loosened chains they got comfortable wearing. Your rise has become a divine threat to those who have fed off dysfunction. And the two who stand closest to you, who were meant to cover you, now compete with you. This is why the betrayal feels deeper. It isn't just about who said what. It's about who aligned their soul with the spirit of sabotage. It's about who decided your breakthrough was inconvenient for their narrative. Archangel Michael speaks with clarity. They have been seduced by the illusion of your blessing without understanding the weight of your burden. They want your blow without enduring your grind. They want your peace without praying your prayers. But what they fail to grasp is this. You were not handed this life. You were refined for it, anointed for it, processed through fire and molded through pressure. So when they speak against you, they are not merely disrespecting you. They are rebelling against heaven's choice. You were chosen, not just to carry a gift, but to shift an entire generation's inheritance. Your presence has become a mirror to their stagnation. Your joy has become a reminder of their lack. And instead of allowing your example to elevate them, they let envy isolate them. What they call coincidence is actually covenant. What they call luck is legacy. And that legacy has made you a target. But do not fear. Archangel Michael reminds you that spiritual conflict is always the loudest before the shift. The pressure you're under is not punishment. It is proof. Proof that your alignment is breaking atmospheres. Proof that your consistency is interrupting generational patterns. Proof that your presence is provoking hidden spirits. That unease you feel isn't confusion. It's confirmation. The reason the attacks are coming from the inside is because the enemy knows an external one can't get close enough. So he sent two who carry your last name to try to touch what they can never possess. Let this awaken you. Let this anchor you. You are not battling flesh and blood. You are facing spiritual wickedness in familiar faces. And though it's painful, though it feels like betrayal, know this: it is prophetic. Every chosen one must walk through a season of secret betrayal. Every light bearer must confront a Judas. And every spiritual elevation requires the exposure of what cannot come with you. This is that moment. This is the test. And Archangel Michael is declaring, do not retreat. Do not doubt. Do not shrink. Because while they've been speaking, heaven hath been sealing. While they've been plotting, angels have been positioning. You are under divine protection. You are not fighting alone. What they are trying to touch, they will soon learn they cannot access. Because you are under covenant. And covenants cannot be cancelled by conversation. You are anointed. You are appointed. You are not just in the family. You are the mantle carrier. And for that reason, this warfare is not a sign of failure. It is a sign of fulfillment. Type I am divinely protected in the comments if this word speaks to your current storm. Blessing code 707 is sealing your mantle in this hour. Archangel Michael speaks again, and this time, his tone sharpens. The atmosphere is tightening, and the time of hidden intention is ending. What has been whispered in secret is about to ripple through your reality. The two family members who have moved subtly, quietly, without direct confrontation, one of them is preparing to act. The other is already in motion. This is no longer just emotional disturbance or passive sabotage. This is the hour where words become actions. This is the moment where private plotting becomes public disruption. And heaven is alerting you in advance, not to make you afraid, but to make you aware. One will message you. The tone will feel familiar, but the spirit behind the message will feel off. It will come disguised as concern, wrapped in casual conversation or veiled questions. But listen closely. Every word will be bait. Every line will be coated with manipulation. It is not a conversation. It is a salve. The other is already spreading your name in spaces where your character has never stepped. They are reshaping the truth with twisted versions of what they only halfway know. They are preparing to present you as a problem so they can justify stealing the portion that heaven sent through you. But Archangel Michael declares, do not engage emotionally. This is a spiritual provocation, and they are hoping to lure you out of position. The moment you respond in the flesh, you lower your spiritual rank. The enemy knows he can't touch your blessing, but he's betting on you disqualifying yourself through frustration. That's why this attack is personal. That's why it's coming from within your own camp. They think they know your breaking point. They think one push will cause you to crumble. But Michael says, stay fortified. Stay watchful. Because their weapon is words, but yours is wisdom. The timeline has already begun. In the next 3 hours, you may notice strange patterns, calls you weren't expecting, silence from someone who normally speaks, a sudden change in energy when you walk into a room, or unexpected resistance in something you normally do with ease. These are not glitches. These are signals, spiritual vibrations, atmospheric alerts. Pay attention. Heaven is sounding alarms through the natural. Don't ignore what seems out of place. Every strange interaction is a divine clue pointing to what is surfacing. This is not the time to explain. This is not the time to confront. This is the time to document. The time to pray. The time to anchor your spirit and command your peace. Because the exposure is necessary, but the reaction is optional. What they are planning cannot prosper unless you empower it with your emotions. Let that sink in. Their plan only works if you step out of alignment. So Michael comes to help you guard your posture, to shield your heart, to keep your name sacred, even when others attempt to drag it into their confusion. Understand this: your blessing is not just a gift, it's a gate. And they want access to what you open. They don't want your struggle, they want your success. But heaven is not naive. Your spiritual inheritance has security clearance. Only the pure can touch it. Only the aligned can receive it. These two think they're close enough to reach in and take. But God has encrypted your next level, and only obedience can unlock it. Their plans will hit a wall they didn't see coming, because while they were busy plotting, angels were busy sealing. While they prepared a strike, Michael prepared a shield. So this is the warning. The storm is approaching, but it is not meant to destroy you. It is meant to reveal who cannot weather your next season. You will not fall into their trap. You will not be taken off course. You will not hand over what was divinely assigned to your life. This is your spiritual checkpoint. Guard your gates. Watch your responses. And remember, God gave you this warning in love, because He trusts you to steward your blessing with wisdom. Type "I will not react. I will rise" if you feel this in your spirit. Blessing code 333 is shielding your every step. Archangel Michael now draws near, not in warning but in wisdom. His voice softens, yet it holds the weight of heaven. You have been faithful. You have been wounded. You have been vigilant. But now, you must be still. You must shift from reaction to revelation. This is the moment to ground yourself in divine restraint, for the enemy thrives in chaos, and your strength will not be found in retaliation, but in stillness. Yes, stillness. The kind that confuses demons and silences noise. The kind that causes your enemies to stumble under the weight of their own schemes because you refuse to respond on their level. You must not explain yourself. You must not justify what God has already anointed. There are moments in life where clarity is not your assignment, obedience is. And this is one of them. Heaven did not send this alert so you could enter a battle of words, but so you could exit a cycle of spiritual theft. The two family members who are trying to manipulate your favor are not just after you. They are after your focus. They know they can't destroy what's been sealed, so they're trying to distract what's been built. But distraction is deception dressed in urgency. And your refusal to engage is your highest form of warfare. So take this moment to reset, to restore, to return to your spiritual center. Your power lies not in your ability to confront, but in your authority to command peace in the middle of provocation. Let them talk. Let them circle. Let them scheme. Because while they dig pits for your downfall, heaven is raising a platform for your promotion. What they speak in secret, God hears in full. What they try to stir up, the Spirit of truth is already shutting down. Michael instructs you: cleanse your atmosphere. Lay hands on your doors. Walk your rooms and speak peace over every threshold. Anoint your pillow. Bless your devices. Break every unknown agreement made in your name through gossip and spiritual manipulation. Command divine reversal over every word curse, every lie, every slander that was uttered while you were unaware. Your protection is not passive, it is active. And it begins with your authority to shut down what you did not permit. Guard your heart, for out of it flows the wellspring of life. Guard your time, for it is the container of destiny. Guard your peace, for it is the proof that God lives within you. You do not owe access to those who disrespect your covering. You do not owe conversation to those who question your calling. Your silence is not weakness, it is warfare. It is the refusal to let others define a destiny they didn't die for. You are called. You are consecrated. And not everyone gets to stay close just because they were once nearby. Heaven fights for you. Let that settle deep. Archangel Michael has not come to simply inform you. He has come to shield you. He walks before you, carrying heaven's sword of light. Every dark intention, every unseen arrow, every subtle manipulation, it will not touch you. It will not succeed. But your part is clear. Stay still. Stay focused. Stay grounded. This is not the season for debates. This is the season for discernment. And discernment will save you from unnecessary battles every time. You are not being asked to do nothing. You are being asked to do the one thing your flesh will resist. Remain unmoved. And in that stillness, God is building a fortress around you. A wall no enemy can climb. A covering no accusation can penetrate. A presence so strong, even your enemies will wonder why their plans failed without your retaliation. The answer will be simple. Heaven fought for you while you stood in divine silence. Type my stillness is my shield if this message calms your spirit. Blessing code 818 is now anchoring peace in every room you dwell in. Now hear this with authority. The season of silently carrying what others tried to crush is over. Archangel Michael, heaven's warrior of truth and justice, declares this moment not as the hour of warning, but the hour of reversal. This is when the one they tried to break becomes the one they can't touch. This is when the provider, once trained and misused, steps fully into divine empowerment. You are not beneath their schemes. You are above their reach. You are not vulnerable. You are rising. And your rise is no longer quiet. It is about to echo through dimensions. You have spent too long underestimating your own power, questioning your own discernment, downplaying your significance to maintain peace with those who never intended to protect you. But no more. That version of you, the one who held back, who overextended, who tried to prove they were enough, is gone. Then, Vinny, you're no longer who they thought you were. You are no longer accessible in the way you used to be. They can't predict your moves anymore, and that terrifies them. The mystery of your spiritual growth has now become a weapon against their manipulation. Michael says, you are stepping into a new frequency, the frequency of divine confidence, of unapologetic alignment, a heavenly enforcement. This is not arrogance, it is authority, the kind that doesn't shout, but shakes the room, the kind that walks in and shifts the atmosphere without saying a word. You carry oil, you carry favor, you carry breakthrough. And not just for you, but for everyone connected to your calling. And this is why they came. This is why the attack came through bloodlines. Because your rise was never meant to be casual. It was always meant to be generational. They underestimated the God in you. They mistook your quiet for weakness. But what they failed to realize is this: the storm you endured wasn't meant to destroy you. It was training you to rule it. And now the storm is clearing, and what's being revealed is the true form of your spirit. The version of you heaven had been cultivating. This is the shift. This is the transfer. This is the moment where your enemies are forced to acknowledge what they could never stop. You are not the one who needs to apologize. You are not the one who needs to explain. You are the evidence that obedience brings elevation. Michael reminds you, everything they tried to block, delay, sabotage, and smear is now being reversed. Their words are returning empty. Their plans are collapsed in midair. What they meant for evil, God is flipping for good. And they will see it. This is the shift they didn't expect, the quiet one who turned into a force. The forgiver who became a fire, the provider who now walks in prophetic authority. You are not just protected, you are being promoted. You are not just enduring, you are expanding. Every hidden weapon is breaking. Every private conversation against you is being interrupted by divine interference. And you will rise with no bitterness, no vengeance, no wrath, only wisdom, only power, only peace. That is your revenge. That is your restoration. The glory that follows this betrayal will be your crown, and they will watch it rest on your head, not because you fought, but because you endured. Let them wonder. Let them whisper. Let them spin their stories. It will matter, because God has raised you, because Michael has defended you, because heaven has endorsed you, and now you walk into your new season not with fear, but with fire. Not with apology, but with authority. You are not what they called you. You are what God created you to be, unstoppable. Type "I rise untouchable" in the comments if you feel your breakthrough has begun. Blessing code 1001 is unlocking divine reversal over your entire bloodline. And now, the winds begin to shift, not in chaos but in clarity. The voices that once slandered your name are growing quiet. The confusion that once clouded your path is lifting. The betrayal that once burned is now turning to ashes beneath your feet. Archangel Michael declares that the season of suffering has reached its prophetic expiration. What was stolen is being summoned back. What was delayed is being released. What was broken is being rebuilt in power and purpose. You have endured the shaking. You have withstood the separation. And now, divine transformation is flooding into your life. This is the hour where heaven rewrites the narrative. The two family members who sought to steal your blessing, whether through emotional manipulation, silent sabotage, or false alliances, will come to a divine pause. One will walk away, confused by their own misfire. The other will be confronted by truth in a way that dismantles their illusion of control. But none of it will be your doing. It will be God. It will be the evidence that what He covers, no hand can curse. What He ordains, no tongue can twist. The very people who wanted to see you fall will have to witness your rise, not with arrogance, but with honor. Archangel Michael wants you to understand something deeper now. This wasn't just about stolen blessings, it was about divine positioning. These events didn't happen to you. They happened for you, to push you into a higher awareness, to train you for your mantle, to strip away false loyalty and expose the hearts that could not be trusted with your next. You were not just being protected, you were being promoted through pain. And now that the test is complete, the transformation begins. The reward is on its way, and it will arrive not in secret, but with undeniable evidence. You will see it in the way doors suddenly open that were previously locked. You will feel it in the way peace settles in places that once held tension. You will sense it in how your discernment grows razor sharp, slicing through deception without you saying a word. You are not returning to the old version of yourself. You are emerging as the elevated one, as the trusted one, as the appointed one who carried integrity through a storm of shadows. And heaven is preparing to honor that. A new alliance is forming. Strategic alignments. Divine helpers who are not bound by jealousy or obligation, but by purpose. They will not compete with you. They will complement you. These are the people who don't just see your light, they protect it. These are the ones sent by heaven to replace what was lost in betrayal. And their presence will feel like healing. Their words will feel like confirmation. Their energy will feel like home. Because God is not just removing, He is replenishing. You are about to walk in rooms where your name has already been honored. You are about to sign things that others said would never come to pass. You are about to receive what was delayed, not as a consolation, but as a crown. This is not just restoration. This is divine compensation. Sevenfold blessings for every tear, every lie, every misread moment. And the most powerful part, you will not even need to explain how you got here. Your life will be the sermon. Your peace will be the proof. Your presence will carry the power of a testimony that couldn't be silenced. Archangel Michael proclaims that this was the final test before elevation. You have passed. You did not curse those who cursed you. You did not fight those who slandered you. You did not repay evil with evil. You stayed the course. You held your peace. You listened to the warning. And now, heaven is rewarding the quiet warrior. You, the one they misjudged, the one they underestimated, the one they tried to rob, but failed. Type I receive divine compensation if you believe this is your confirmation. Blessing code 7777 is now unlocking your harvest. Archangel Michael now shifts from warning to instruction. This is not the time to be passive. This is not the moment to simply receive and move on. This is the hour where your response opens the gates of alignment. This is the threshold of breakthrough. And what you do next will determine how fast heaven moves on your behalf. The atmosphere has been stirred. The word has been delivered. The truth has been revealed. But now, you must respond. Not to them, not to the ones who hurt you, but to God, to the voice of heaven, to the divine signal that this is your appointed time. You are not here by accident. You are not reading these words by chance. This is your prophetic alignment. This is your divine checkpoint. Heaven does not waste warnings, and angels do not deliver messages to those who are not called. Archangel Michael stands before you now, sword drawn, covering active, favor unlocked, and yet he waits. Not because he is unsure, but because your agreement activates acceleration. When you move in spirit, through declaration, through affirmation, through posture, you open doors no man can shut. You shift the very air around your blessing. This is not religious routine. This is not superstition. This is covenant in action. When you type, when you speak, when you claim this word as your own, you step into a realm where divine protection is not only surrounding you, it is chasing what tried to break you. The enemy thrives in your silence, but heaven moves when you speak. Say it aloud. Write it boldly. Declare it publicly. Let your voice register in the spiritual realm that you are not confused, you are not shaken, you are chosen. Say it. I am covered. Say it. No one can steal what's mine. Say it. My assignment is sealed. These declarations are not empty. They are swords. Every time you speak, a lie loses power. Every time you affirm the truth, darkness loses grip. And every time you align your spirit with what God is doing, acceleration hits your house. The delay breaks. The detour ends. The path clears. You are not begging for favor. You are walking in the boldness of one who has inherited it. Do not wait for perfect circumstances to speak. Do not wait until others validate your vision. You've already been validated by God. You've already been approved in heaven. And now, your voice must reflect it. You are not who they said you were. You are not the wounded one. You are not the background character. You are the vessel. The one chosen to carry light, to birth legacy, to unlock the things your bloodline has waited for generations to see. In this moment, this word is your evidence. So now, take action. Type I receive it. Type Amen. Type I am the provider and I am protected. Whatever phrase hits your spirit, release it. Let the words not just hit this screen, but let them shake the atmosphere around your life. Let them travel into realms where angels are assigned. Let them enter into places where your name has been discussed, both in gossip and in grace. And let heaven know that you are not hiding anymore. You are showing up as the one called, equipped, and elevated by divine right. Because this is your turning point. Not next week. Not next year. Not when you feel ready. Now. Today. This is not a season for delay. This is a season of declaration. And heaven is honoring every word that flows from your spirit when it aligns with your assignment. Speak. Affirm. Declare. Live. Because everything God has for you is now responding to your obedience. You are the provider. But now, you are also the protector of your peace, your promise, and your position. Type My Agreement activates angels in the comments if you feel this is your hour. Blessing code 2222 is commanding divine movement on your behalf. Let these final words sink deep into the soil of your spirit. Archangel Michael has not only delivered the message, he has secured your path. You are not leaving this encounter empty. You are not walking into tomorrow with confusion or fear. You are sealed. You are shielded. You are not a victim. You are the revelation. Let that echo in every room that once held your silence. Let it shake every false perception. Let it settle over every anxious thought. You are not beneath the weight of their betrayal. You are rising on top of it. You are not broken. You are being rebuilt in brilliance. You are not behind. You were hidden for a reason. And now, your season of being overlooked is ending. You are the light. You are the lineage changer. You are the one who was sent to carry what others dropped. And yes, you hurt. Yes, it drained you. Yes, you cried when no one saw. But heaven saw. And now, heaven has responded. You are not going backward. You are moving into overflow. You were the provider in silence. Now you will be the provider in power. Let them whisper. Let them wonder. Let them misread your kindness. And changes nothing. Because what God has spoken over you, no amount of manipulation can revoke. You are not reactive. You are radiant. You are not unstable. You are unshakable. And you are not walking into the future alone. Archangel Michael goes before you. He wars on your behalf. He dismantles the plans you were never meant to see. And he ensures that what God has blessed, no hand can block. So walk now. Head high. Spirit anchored. Mind renewed. You are not waiting for a shift. You are the shift. The provider who walks with prophetic protection. The chosen one who could not be stolen from. The vessel who will be remembered not for the betrayal, but for the breakthrough that came because of it. Type I am the shift in the comments if this word completed something in you. Blessing code 555 is finalizing your restoration. If this message resonates with you and you feel moved to support, consider giving a super thanks with a contribution of up to $20. Your generosity helps us continue creating powerful prophetic content that reaches those in need of truth and transformation. Every gift is deeply appreciated.